Hello, long time no speak, and I must apologize for that. I have been busier than ever at the moment and finding it a little bit challenging to have some spare time to carve out for vlogging, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I do have a lot of exciting things I'm doing at the moment, and hence being that busy because my business, when I started it 3 years ago, almost 3 years, it will be in February if you've been around here for a little while, it was obviously a lot quieter because you don't really have your systems and your processes down pat, and you're just trying to figure out how to even get clients, let alone do the work that you've got and then sort of keep filling up that work, which is probably the weirdest part about owning a business. Having worked for someone else for over 10 years, I just got really used to the idea of you're always needed. So you just go to work and you get handed things to do, and that's that. Whereas now I not only have to do that, but I also need to be making a conscious effort to go out and sort of proactively hunt for work and be in touch with prospective clients and those kinds of things. But good news, it is doing better than ever. I even hired a couple of people to help me out. So I've got a part-time draftsperson and an interior designer, and also I have a VA from the Philippines, a virtual assistant, and she has been phenomenal. It's only been a month since I onboarded her, and it is life-changing. It's so nice to have someone to chat to every day. We just communicate on Zoom calls and WhatsApp and things like that, but she is taking care of all of the social media and marketing kind of side of things, because that is the first thing to drop when you own a business, I would say. It's just the busy work that I really don't need to be focusing on. I need to be doing the actual work of drawing people's houses and things. So that's been really, really cool. I actually hired her through a really ethical agency, and we made sure that their conditions are great. She gets her birthday and annual leave and all of these kinds of things. So it's been really, really good. I'm very, very pleased to have her on board. But yeah, it's just been a really busy time. And then on top of all of that, I decided that I hadn't really been feeling myself, which is probably another reason why I wasn't sort of showing up on camera as much. But again, if you remember me saying around about March, I had some surgery, and following that, I just didn't really feel like I got back to, I don't know, feeling myself. I've just been trying really hard with exercising, but I had to have a good sort of 16 weeks off the gym, and then I don't know, just food and getting back into routine, and quite a few social things that came up that just involved drinking or going out for dinners and all of those kinds of things. And I just felt like I'd put on a bit of weight and it just wasn't moving in the way that it normally does. And that could just be a sign of the times. I mean, I am 36 now, so it's not going to be easy forever. But yeah, I just really wanted to challenge myself and see what I could do from August, when it was my birthday, until basically 2 weeks before the end of the year, which will be just before Christmas. So that's a 16-week challenge that I've signed up with a place called RL Strength. They're two trainers from the Gold Coast, and it's been honestly amazing. I'm 6 weeks into the program and I've already lost 1.5 kilos, which is amazing when you think that you don't have that much to lose, but it's the body recomposition thing that I really, really wanted, because obviously there are unsustainable ways to lose weight, and that's not what I've ever been about. I have people that are very close to me that have struggled with eating and having some sort of mental health problems around that side of things. So for me, I'm always been really passionate about the fact that I want to be fit and strong and able to do everything I can do, going to the gym 5 days a week, but I also need to have a good volume of food. I love cooking and I love eating, and I like going to the markets, which is what I've already done this morning. And then I made a beautiful lunch for Jazz and I. But yeah, it's just been really interesting learning about being in a calorie deficit and changing my training style. I have now gone full gym girl activation mode. I'm in there doing cable pull downs and hip thrusts and all of this stuff that I definitely hadn't done before. I used to just go to the gym, use the treadmill and the dumbbells, and that was kind of it. So I'm really, really, really loving the change. I can definitely see the tone coming out in my body already, but I'm mostly just amazed at how much food I get to eat, even though I'm currently in a deficit. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you ever have I can definitely share some meal ideas. Maybe I'll put a couple in this vlog. I'm thinking I'll make this a bit more of a weekly vlog. So I'll try and include as many meal ideas as I can, but truly it's kind of just about hacking the ingredients and tracking your quantities. So I'm just using my Fitness Pal, which is obviously free. You can definitely get the pro version, but I don't really think you need to. And then I've got an online trainer who gives me my program, and I check in with her every week. But have to do weekly progress photos, which I was definitely not keen to do. I still don't really love doing them. It's like every Friday you have to like take your really unflattering selfies. So I found the white wall over in my house that kind of gets some good lighting, and that's sort of made it a little bit more tolerable. But it's really good, honestly. I'm really, really enjoying it. So highly recommend if you are kind of in the same boat as me. I just wanted to get to summer for once and feel really, really confident when I like throw my bikinis on, or I don't know, just feeling more like I have a better understanding of my body and what food to sort of put into it, because I've always eaten healthy and like really good nutrient kind of things, but I feel like I was just smashing all of the wrong foods. And when you're going to the gym 5 days a week, you kind of want that to be for a reason and not just for funsies. So I'm really, really enjoying learning more about that. And I definitely think it is healing my relationship with food, because when I tell you that 1,400 calories doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're using things like low carb wraps, low carb potatoes, the sheer volume of food that you get is so satiating. And that's something that has been a real learning curve for me, because I would have probably previously like demonized white potatoes and things like that, thinking that it was like, oh my gosh, that's going to make me put on weight. But actually, total opposite. As long as you are training and eating the right kind of amounts of protein and everything, it's been really, really interesting. So the reason I keep kind of looking at my hair, I'm actually going to it's been growing, which is maybe just the result of potentially eating more protein. Who knows? It could be good for my skin and my hair and all those kinds of things. But I'm thinking of going slightly darker, and you'll need to tell me if you think that's a bad idea, because I am going to do it, but I don't want to go too dark. This is genuinely my natural hair color. I have not dyed my hair in probably well over a year or year and a half even. And last time I did that, it was a little bit of a box dye disaster, because I just wanted to go slightly darker. And the one that I picked made my hair almost black, which I absolutely hated. And it was like a semi-permanent color that didn't wash out for ages. So now I'm thinking it'd just be nice to get it healthier, because obviously you can kind of probably see some split ends in the sun and that kind of thing. So I thought, you know what, business has been good. I only get my hair cut twice a year, and that's just because I really hate when people see long hair and they're like, let's take off this much. I'm like, no, because then it won't be long hair. So I've already booked in at Joey Scandizo, and I'm just gonna get them to do a trim and get my fringe pieces and everything cut back in again. I'll get a bit of a darker color going on, and yeah, I'll just check in with you after that. All right, well, I need to get moving, because my Saturday program is to go out for a 40-minute walk, and I definitely haven't done that. I've been a potato sitting here watching the Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon. I just had to get into that series because I saw so many TikToks and podcasts about it. So I thought, you know what? I work from home majority of the time, so I just want to like put on a TV show in the background while I'm doing things, and that has been a really fun one to watch. So I am going to get out of the house now and stop being a little potato and go and do my walk, and then I will catch up with you guys later. All right, let's go out for a walk. I have to show you my new sneakers. I got so influenced by these. I really love New Balance. I feel like I used to wear them when I was much, much younger, back in my teenage years when I was playing netball, and I've kind of fallen in love with the brand again. And I just saw this beautiful suede pair of sneakers, so I had to get them. I just bought them on the Iconic, but I'm going to show you because I love gray, and this is just like the ending to my all gray kind of outfit. Look at them. How beautiful. Honestly, I love all the details. I even like this back sort of detail, and I just think they are so beautiful. They're kind of like a really nice and chunky sneaker, which I personally really love for comfort when walking and training and things like that. But yeah, I just thought they were so beautiful. I'm pretty sure they come in like a beige colorway or something as well, if that's more your style. And I like that the laces are proper laces, because Nike drive me crazy with their stupid slippery laces that always come undone. I've also been kind of religiously getting French manicures at the moment. I thought this was a really nice shape. And yes, I already did break one with my new gym routine, so that's a little bit annoying, but I just thought this was a really, really nice take on a French nail instead of just doing the almond sort of shape, and I think they turned out really nice. So anyway, let's get moving so we can go for a walk. I'm just going to have a banana before I run out the door, but I thought I would show you what I've been doing. I just got these kitchen scales from Kmart. So what I do is I put a bowl or something on there first and wait for it to go to 0. And now I've got my banana. That's only 67 grams, which is actually quite small, and I'm allowed a really decent amount of carbs. So that'll be the perfect little afternoon snack to tide me over. Just finished my morning ab workout. I thought I would show you the kind of definition that I've been getting from doing these new workouts, because who is she? Like, I've never really had strong ab lines or anything like that kind of before, but it's really cool. I feel like there's just a lot coming through that's kind of changed in like my arm tone and just like my overall general strength. But now I'm gonna make some breakfast, so I thought I might show you one of my favorite go-tos. This is the breakfast wrap. It's 1 egg, 100 grams of egg whites. I've got 40 grams of ham. I think it was 43. 10 grams of tomato sauce, 15 grams of the Eat Lean protein cheese. I'll put the macros on the screen so you can see what I mean in terms of a very high protein, satisfying breakfast. It is absolutely delicious. All you need to do is wrap it up. This is a low carb Aldi wrap, and I usually just put it over my gas burner to crisp it up a little bit. And now I'm just gonna make a coffee. I'm just sitting in my office doing some work now. I've got a construction documentation set to issue so that we can get a building permit. This one is in Albert Park, which is a really beautiful area of Melbourne. And we actually just got the planning permit back. There was no objections and it's good to go, which is really, really exciting, and definitely just reinforces that I am capable of having my business and like getting all of these outcomes for my clients. I feel like it's so common for women to second guess and doubt ourselves. And the more years that I'm spending in my business, the more I realize just how much embedded knowledge that I already had and how much I've learned since I started my business until now, that's like really allowing me to get amazing outcomes and service my clients better. But I'm really, really excited to see this one start construction hopefully later this year. It really depends on how smooth the last little bit of this process goes, but fingers crossed for this client, because I think it would be really exciting for her to see things started. I'm also just having my little portion controlled mid-morning snack. This has been really important for me because in the past I have really struggled with binge eating, and this is something I definitely would have just eaten a giant huge packet of while I was really distracted and busy with work. So having little portion controlled sizes and tracking my food has actually been really good for my head noise and just being really mindful when I'm eating so that there is a full stop at the end of all my snacks.